Ah, yes. Super Mario Glitchy 4, aka SMG4. Amazing masterpiece. You have hilarious videos like Who Let the Chomps Out, The Visitor, and that one birthday video that I can't even think about. Surely he won't have a downfall and his videos won't get cringy or really, really bad. Oh, dear God. Hello, everybody. It's the Rainbow Mario Man here, and I'm here to explain why I dislike SMG4 nowadays. I've been a fan of SMG4 since whenever Who Let the Chomps came out. I think maybe 2013, 2014. So whenever that came out, that's how long I've been a fan. And it was funny. I laughed so hard on SMG4, I couldn't even breathe. But now, I cringe so hard when it comes to modern SMG4. Now, before you dislike this video and come to the comment section writing out your entire essay, yes, I see you. I don't hate Luke and Kevin. They seem like nice people. I just don't like how they're treating their modern videos nowadays. There are many stuff I don't like about SMG4, but it all breaks down into these three reasons why I think SMG4 went downhill. The new cast, the story arcs, and YouTube's new policy. But before we talk about that, we need to talk about these eras of SMG4. There are mainly like 5 to 6 eras. 2011 to 2012, the early ages, that's where SMG4 first started. 2013 to 2015, the golden era. This is where SMG4 really rose and peaked as a channel for me. Then we got the Silver Age, 2016 to early 2017. This is when Kevin was introduced on the channel. I don't consider him the downfall, but I consider him as a major shift in the channel. Now we got late 2017 to early 2019 as the Bronze Era. This is when Meggy was first introduced, late 2017, and this was the last era of the Classic Era, at least for me. It ended, the Bronze Era ended with World War Mario. Everything else changed after that. Final Hours was the first episode of the modern era for me. Late 2019 to present day. Now, let's get to one of my 3 reasons why I don't like SMG4. Unlike other people, I don't consider Meggy to be the downfall of SMG4. Her introduction was fine. When she was a side character. Nowadays, Meggy feels very, very forced and overall just feels really unnecessary. But the real reason why they're doing this is because for merchandise. Yes, you heard me, merchandise. Every time Meggy gets an upgrade, there's new merchandise. But now, let's explain why I hate the modern cast of SMG4. Tari, I do not really like Tari. She felt really unnecessary and shouldn't have belonged in SMG4 to begin with. Her personality is bland. Everything about her is bland. She's just there for recognition for Meta Runner. She's basically a sponsor. For Psycho, she was good at first when she was a villain. Now I don't like her at all. She basically Meggy, but more angry. That's it. Now that's all she is now. Melanie, I could not stand her. At first, when she was a melon, I liked her. But now I just don't. She's too cringy for me. Her voice acting is cringy. No disrespect to the voice actor. I don't like the direction that the people did. Overall, her dialogue, delivery lines and her other stuff is just straight up cringe. I find nothing redeeming from her. Overall, she's just really cringe. Now let's get into the story arcs. The Waluigi arc was a really good arc. I actually liked it. It had funny moments and some dark parts. That's where they actually balanced the dark vibe and the comedy. The rapper Bob, it was a good arc too. Quite underrated, honestly. However, this third arc is what really showed me the downfall of SMG4. A lot of people were saying it started off with Meggy, but it started off in this arc with World War Mario, the final scene when Destiny dies. That is what killed SMG4. The classic SMG4. Destiny's death was a major turning point for SMG4. Destiny's death was taken seriously. That's the thing. Beforehand, death meant really nothing in SMG4 as just a joke and they'll get revived later. Now, it's a serious death where you have to take it seriously and the character's permanently dead. And I didn't even care for Destiny because we didn't have that much time to care about her. So why should we care about this character so much when at first she was an antagonist? Why do we gotta care for her now that she died? She barely had time to develop. That's like if you take a villain from the first season of a show. The villain gets defeated, and the villain doesn't show for like 5 seasons later, and the villain comes back, and then he makes a heroic sacrifice out of nowhere. Like that's not enough time to develop that character. So that was my problem with Desi's death, and the fact that it was taken seriously too. The YouTube arc, it was a decent arc. It was a mid arc. It was better than the anime arc, but it was worse than the rapper Bob and the Waluigi arc for me. I really didn't care for it that much, honestly. SMG3's return was really nice, but this is when the arc really has voice acting, and I really, really hate voice acting in SMG4. Like, why was that even a thing in the first place? Like, is it just because people can't read the subtitles right? Like, we all know that's just further proof that SMG4's modern fan base are just preteens, really, or little kids. Again, no disrespect to the modern fans. It just really just feels like that, like some fans. This arc also marks the second time it ends on War of the Fat Italians. And I really didn't like that one, the War of the Fat Italians, especially when Meggy gets a voice. Oh my gosh, I really do not like her voice. No disrespect to the voice actor, you might be an amazing person, but I don't think you fit the role of Meggy that much. To me, it just doesn't. But maybe you fit modern Meggy though, since her personality has shifted to an unlikable character. The Genesis was really bad. I did not like it. I couldn't take it seriously. It was by far the worst arc I've ever seen in SMG4. It was too serious. There was barely any comedy. And when there was comedy, it was either cringe or the jokes just fell flat. Other than that, it was really bad art. Now, I unsubscribed to SMG4 after the Genesis arc. That arc was really bad, so I don't know about the Revelations arc at all. So I can't really say about it. But I did see the ending of the Revelations arc, and so yeah, it looked really bad. Now, the newest arc, the lawsuit arc, I actually saw it and I was thinking, oh, maybe this actually looks interesting. But then when I saw the SMG4 redesign, I was like, oh no, they're gonna make this a permanent redesign. And sure enough, I was right. It looks really bad, rushed. It lacks a soul compared to the other Mario model of SMG4. I honestly just prefer if they just go back to their classic roots and just overall just stop the storytelling. Keep your storytelling to the glitch channel. Now, that's what I would have preferred. Overall, the arcs started off really good. The first two were amazing, but the rest were just mediocre or really, really bad. Honestly, the problem with the story arcs in SMG4 is that you're supposed to take them very seriously when SMG4 is supposed to be a meme channel and you're not supposed to take it seriously. It's like if you mix, um, let's say, grease with milk. It's gonna taste together, they're gonna taste disgusting. But separated, no, actually, that's not a good explanation. It's like if you had combined Cheetos with milk. Together, they taste absolutely disgusting. I don't care if you actually like that. You. I don't like you now if you do that. But separated, they look taste absolutely amazing. Just like with comedy and dark tones, separated, they could be really amazing. But together, no, you have to do them extremely, extremely right to do that. Just that's how the Waluigi, why I like the Waluigi arc. They balance the dark stuff with the comedy. Same with the Rapper Bob arc, even though the Rapper Bob arc wasn't dark at all. It was really had more comedy in it. But the anime arc focused more on the dark stuff and left the comedy behind to where it just tastes disgusting. My last reason why SMG4 has gone downhill is simply because of YouTube's new policy, where now, thanks to COPA, because there's kids on YouTube who fake their age and who are like younger than like 13, are roaming around the internet, and sometimes they can get into bad stuff. So now YouTube has released this policy where they gotta basically like make it kid friendly now. So thanks to the new policy, SMG4 probably had to change the style of comedy to dark comedy, to more, how should I say this in a nice way, light-hearted comedy, to where sometimes it could be cringe, as sometimes, but sometimes it can be good. Like, don't get me wrong, there were some lighthearted comedies in classic SMG4, but they were actually funny. Here, it really isn't. And lastly, don't try to say it was Nintendo that was about to sue SMG4. They clearly didn't. Australia copyright is much more fair than the American one. You forget SMG4, I think, is from Australia. I'm pretty sure he is. Um, that's the reason why. The only reason SMG4 changed his designs is for merchandise, so he can sell them to gain more money. Notice how as soon as he redesigned SMG4 and all those other characters, the next day he posted that they're making merch for it. It's about merch, not because he got sued. Please stop using that excuse. Anyways, thanks for watching this video about my little rant. If you modder fans are still watching this video, again, I'm not hating on anybody who watches modern SMG4. You're free to do so if you want. I'm just expressing on how I feel about modern SMG4. You are free to choose on what you like. Anyways, thanks for watching. I might make a part 2 of this video. Anyways, this is the Rainbow Mario Man, signing out. Peace!